Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 5 of Revell's 68 Dodge Dart HEMI 2-in-1. Got a bunch done. Not a lot to show, but I got a lot done. Let's start by moving the guys out the way here, and we'll dig right in here. Whoops. I just wanted to see what it looked like with the engine in the engine compartment. Let me move the body out of the way first and the exhaust out of the way, and we'll talk real quick about the engine. I got the alternator put together. I still have to paint the little stripe in the center. The fan's on and everything. Wires are run. I have to paint the bottom of the dipstick. It's still white. I didn't have enough. I thought it was longer than it was. I ran the alternator wire back towards the firewall, and I got the PCV line in and the coil wire in. So we're doing well here. I still have to put the PCV line that goes to the air cleaner, and we have to do the throttle and the booster coil or booster pump line too. And that's about it for the engine, except I have to put the Fram oil filter decal on. And I'm just taking that, and I'm going to use the decals that came with the car, and I'm going to cut it down to fit like I did on the Hemi. So there's the engine. I'm going to put this off to the side before I bump it and fling it right off of the desk. And since we were talking about the brakes, let me pull the master cylinder and vacuum boost over. I drilled the vacuum boost out. I painted it with Tamiya's XF56. This is metallic gray. I liked the looks of that. Across the top is the Tamiya's titanium gold that I've used on a lot of other things. And then I put the little wire on there too. There we go. Across the top to hold the cap on. We don't want that falling off and having all our brake fluid go everywhere. I painted the bottom of the master cylinder just with semi-gloss black. Just kind of offsetting, getting a little more colors in there because there's going to be an awful lot of gold going on in this engine bay. So we're done with that. The steering wheel and steering column did get mounted. They all got Future, and it did very well. Future. I keep saying Future, it's Quick Shine. It all got a layer of Quick Shine on there. And like I said, the Quick Shine, if you brush it on light, it doesn't mess up the Molotow pen. Just let your Molotow dry for maybe 2, 3, 4 days before you do it. And let the Quick Shine actually flow off the brush onto it instead of dragging the brush. You don't want to drag the brush across. And that's what I like about the Quick Shine, is it holds, a lot of it goes on the brush. So our steering, our suspension, I painted that just flat aluminum and then gave the black for the bushings. Our front, I did a little highlight work on this. I painted the adjustments points with the flat aluminum. The torsion bars, I guess that's what those are called. I don't really know, but I painted them with the metallic gray too, the XF56, and then I just highlighted a few things here and there. But that's all for that. And this is coming, I mean, I'm getting very close right now to starting to drop things together. Here's the rear end. I just wanted to put something, I did a little bit of gunmetal on there and on these brackets just to show separation between them. I still have to run my brake lines, which will be nice because they'll drop right into this little gap here, which you'll never see because it's up against the frame, but it'll make a nice place to glue. So there's our rear end, looking great. Looks a lot better than my rear end, I'll tell you that. And speaking of rear ends, The drive shaft got a little bit of the metallic gray too. And then this little piece here, I forgot. I ended up painting it black. I forgot it's supposed to be gold. That goes on the back bumper to, it's like a separation there between the two bumpers. It's a separate piece, and I forgot all about it when I was airbrushing. So I just, I hand painted that. I do have to do a little bit of sanding on it, and then I'll quick shine that too. So we got that. We're moving right along here. I did my radiator hoses, and I told everybody how I do them. And what I do first is I do flat aluminum on the clamps. And I'm sloppy with that. I mean, this was just white styrene, just a big glob of flat aluminum all the way around, let it dry, and then I come back and I paint everything but the raised part of the clamp with the rubber black, which is XF85. You think I'd have these memorized by now, but I don't. Here's a picture of what it looked like with just the aluminum. See, I just slop it right on and then let that dry, and you come back, and since this is raised up, you just run your brush up close to it and the paint will flow up over to the raised area, but it doesn't climb up it, so it gives you a nice clamp on there. And I like when the model companies put the clamps right on the hoses. It just makes life a whole lot easier for everyone. Our starter got painted. I did a flat aluminum for the mount. I did the titanium silver for the little bearing and for the capacitor, leaving it black, like a black ring on both sides of the capacitor. Right there. And then, like I said, the bearing cap. And then I did two little dots of silver for the wires. I'm not going to run wires all the way down underneath this thing. I'll have enough wires going on. I probably should, but I'm not going to. This will get glued on here onto the engine real quick. And between that and the air cleaner, that'll be about it for the engine. Now for the body, I kind of went nuts with the Molotow pen and did all the glass work, or all the trim work with it. And I did something that I told y'all I was going to try. I drilled a hole in the marker right here in the center of the marker. And I'll show you something here if I can find it. I took a piece of fiber optic. I got this at the dollar store for literally nothing. I mean, it was maybe $1.50. Just saw a potential of a lot of fiber optics when I was doing my Bandai Millennium Falcon. So I cut one of those off. I took the end of it and I heated it up with my lighter, and it pulls back into a little mushroom. Just a tiny little mushroom piece. I don't know if you can see it in there or not. And then I took titanium, or the Tamiya's clear red, orange, and I dabbed the top. So there is that. And let's turn on this tea light and see if we can show you. See how that looks in there? It'll look a whole lot better with a regular light. But it'll light up, and when I put that up against an LED on that little marker, I think that'll stand out pretty well. I had it lit up nice yesterday, not with this tea light, but that's what my hope is for that, is to give it a little bit of life on these markers. And what I'll do is I'll run it in all the way down to the back, and I'll put an LED somewhere in the trunk that's just for the 4 markers, so we can light those markers up. I told you I was going to push myself as far as I could with this build, and we'll do our best. And the neat thing is if this doesn't work out, It's no harm, no foul, because the holes for that fiber optics are so small that you can't even tell. I mean, you can't even see it in there. And that might be because the Molotow pen covered it, but I don't think so. No, it's on this side. And yeah, if I'm looking for it, I'd see it. But if this messes up, I can just pull that fiber optics out and hit that center with the clear orange, and it'll be fine. No, no harm, no foul. We'll be good. But everything else came out really nice with that Molotow pen. I'm happy with the way the trim came out. So I'm going to let this sit for another 3 or 4 days, and then I'm going to take my new airbrush. Let me show you this real quick. This is from Gallery. They sent this to me. It's GHAD 68. Check out the unboxing of these. This is a slick little airbrush. And they sent me 2 of them to try out, to show everybody what they are. And I'll put it right here. There's a code that if you type it in, they'll give you a discount. I'm not sure what it is because it didn't say in the email, but until 8/5 of 23, so it's not a long time, but there'll be a discount for these. Check out the unboxings and jump online. They're on Amazon, so they're easy to get. But I'm going to try them out this week, and the one with the finger trigger this way is what I'm going to use to spray the quick shine on this kit. So let's pray. But the way it seems, I mean, it seems like a really nice airbrush. Truth will be in the pudding, right? But we'll check that out this week. The other thing I did is I took my exhaust and dirtied it up. And what I did is I used I think I put it away. I did. I used my Weathering Master C on this. Description. I'll put the link to this in the description too. But what I did is I just took the orange rust and I hit it all over the place with that, and put globs of it everywhere, and then kind of just went back and forth a little bit on the exhaust, and a little goes a long way. On the mufflers, I did just a little bit, and then I took my panel liner black and I just touched here and there to give it that deep rust and light rust look on the exhaust, on the mufflers. I think that came out very well. The other thing I did is I told you I was going to drill out the tips, and I did. They came out good. I painted them with flat black on the inside. I will take my pastels and go around this edge, because back when this was made, it was leaded gas, and leaded gas would give you a little bit of soot on the exhaust tips. So there is our exhaust. Our door panel, I showed you before. I told you I was going to do that top piece in the titanium gold to match the car, and I did, and it worked out really well. So now all I have to do is put the chrome on the top, on the divider here, let that sit. I'll put quick shine on it using the new airbrush. I'm going to spray this when I spray the body. I'm going to let that sit, and then I'm going to do a real light panel wash on this just to give it a little bit of texture. I'm not going to use the black by any means. I'm going to mix up my own, and it'll be just a little bit darker color than this. And as soon as I put it on, I'll wipe it off. But that'll give me some highlights. It'll show all this good texture in here. It'll give me the door panel divisions and all that without busting your tail. But you have to do the quick shine on there first, because the flat, you do a wash on the flat and it just kind of muddles everywhere. It doesn't flow into the lines. So I'll do a video on it if you want. Let me know in the comments. What I'll do is I'll have everything quick shined and ready to go, because before I quick shine it, I want to do the chrome on the mirror adjuster, and then I'll have that all ready to go, dry and all that, and I'll mix up the wash and we'll do it together. just let me know if you want to watch a video on that. And now for the exciting part. You saw the tea light, and I told you I got some LEDs, and these are called pica size. These are tiny. They're like 1.5 millimeter LEDs, pre-wired. It's got 8 inches of wire, so it'll go from the front all the way to the back, no problem. And let me show you how this little tiny LED looks, because I'm going to try to use these, or I planned on using these for the turn signals, but then I put battery to it, and I'm going to show you this real quick because it was kind of a surprise. These wires are so thin. I'm now thinking dome light, and I can just put the wires on and then paint over them once they're dry. But look at how freaking bright that little guy is. Just a 3-volt battery. That is bright enough to run the headlights, for gosh sakes, let alone the turn signals. And I'm really trying hard here to get everything to line up. See that lit up a little bit, and it's got a dinged up back end too, so it's not going to get hugely bright. But these little LEDs have just opened up a whole world of, God, Mark's going to do some stupid stuff. The next thing I want to do is I want to put my it's stuck to my finger. I want to put my frame and chassis together. Oh, I did paint the trunk. I did paint the gas tank, the flat aluminum, and this is going to be ready now. The next step is I want to do a dry brush on this. But before I do that, I want to get this and this together, and I can't do it until I get the quick shine on here. But I want to get it together and measure how much room I have in that trunk, because if I have enough room in there, I'm going to put a little Arduino computer board in here and make it to where the turning signals go, the marker lights. Maybe I'll do 2 LEDs or somehow hook these into the turning signals to where as the turning signal lights up, the marker lights would too. Haven't thought about doing the back bumper yet. As a matter of fact, I have done nothing to the chrome on the bumpers. That's going to be my next step. I'll see, maybe I'll drill these out and put one of these little guys behind this and just give some light on the two. We'll have to see. But this, I know now I can drill these out and glue those little LEDs right to the back here. Put a little bit of Mod Podge on it afterwards to hold them, and I can do black on those to hide them. And then, you know, I'll have the hole drilled in here so it'll shine through onto that lens. I'll take and do clear orange. I'll paint the LED clear orange before I glue it on there, or I'll paint the inside of this clear orange. I'll probably do the LED so it is orange, and put it behind here, so we'll at least have like the running lights on there, and definitely we'll do our headlights. But I think the headlights might get the bigger bulbs. Not sure yet. Those are awful freaking bright though. So there is the breakdown of what we got going on now. Thanks everybody for the kind words and suggestions and all that. And with that, I will let you go. I'm Mark. This is Grandpa Mark's Hobbies, and I will let you go. Y'all have a great day and a fantastic week. Thanks again for watching.